Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to Radio LUMS. My name is Khadija Tahir and I'm your host for the LUMS Report. Welcome to a very special episode of the LUMS Report as well as a special series that we have been doing here at Radio LUMS. Today I have a very special guest here with me, a student of LUMS. Hanzala Raja is a junior at SDSB, majoring in MGS. He is also an entrepreneur and leading a team of 20 plus individuals working on a mission to facilitate customer-centric online shopping. He runs Pakistan's first beauty-focused e-commerce website, which is Highfy, and which also I have personally purchased from as well. So it is very exciting to have Hanzala here with me in the studio today. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for taking the time out from a very busy semester, I'm assuming, to join us here at the Radio LUMS studio. Could you start by telling us about your journey here at LUMS and your journey in starting Highfy?
All right. So I'm from Karachi, actually. So I joined LUMS in 2020. I'm a junior at the moment, as you just said. The journey at LUMS and journey starting Highfy, I would say started back when I was a kid, because I belong to a family which runs a business. My father and my uncle have a family business. So जब आपका family business होता है, so वही सारी बातें आपके घर पे हो रही होती हैं और वहीं से आपका interest. So I think that laid the fundamentals to the thought of owning a business and managing a team. और उसके बाद फिर वो journey चलती रही. But on the contrary, I've always been a very introvert and a very, I would say, a padhaku bacha, because I have 9 A stars in my O levels and a 100% scholarship in my A levels. So वहाँ तक तो सारी चीज़ें like going the other way around. उसके बाद what really changed was my A levels. I did it from Nixar in Karachi, and Nixar gave me the exposure to have the confidence to start something of my own. और फिर वो जर्नी जैसी ख़त्म हुई तो कोविड आ गया. सो ऑल ऑफ अ सडन ना पढ़ाई थी ना करने को कुछ था. सो देन ऑब्वियसली इट वाज अ क्वेश्चन कि अब क्या करना है. एंड देन ऑब्वियसली आई स्टार्टेड अ सीरीज ऑफ स्टार्टअप्स और फिर फेलियर्स एंड सक्सेसेस एंड लीडिंग टू हाईफाई.
So why particularly Highfy? Like, how did you come up with this idea? Was there like a specific event or like a general analysis of the market?
All right. So again, it goes back to my family business. My father has been in the import and distribution business from the past 20 to 25 years. Mashallah, he has built a very big business right now from scratch. So what he used to do is that, and what he actually does at the moment as well, he imports FMCG, which are fast-moving consumer goods from countries like UK, USA, and we are one of the largest distributors of these goods in Pakistan currently. So we have all these, customers like the larger LMTs and supermarkets like Al Fatah in Lahore, Naheed, Chase Up, Imtiaz. So वो FMCG वहाँ से मंगाते थे. Now when I started going to office कोविड के बाद, तो मुझे था कि जो जैसे फैमिली बिजनेसेस में बच्चों को होता है कि अपना फैमिली बिजनेस जो है ना ग्रो करना है, कुछ नया करना है. सो वो एक चीज़ थी मेरे माइंड में. अब उसमें क्या करना है, लाइक दैट वाज अ बिग क्वेश्चन मार्क. देन ऑब्वियसली एक ऑनलाइन का और ई-कॉमर्स का ट्रेंड था, कंसिडरिंग ऑल द वेंचर्स जो एक्सट्रीम कॉमर्स एंड सनी अली एंड इनेबलर्स ऑल सच. अमेजोन का एक जो फीवर चल रहा था, अभी भी चल रहा है. तो उस वक्त आई थॉट ऑफ मेकिंग एन ई-कॉमर्स साइट जिसमें हम उन्हीं सारी चीज़ों को जो मेरे फादर सेल करते हैं, हम B2B करें, बिजनेस टू बिजनेस, और हम उसको एक ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन और प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेके आएँ. स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम दैट, and then obviously it was a series of events that actually led me to believe that B2C, which is business to customer, is a bigger market on its own as well. और वो काफ़ी लोग जो है वो कर भी रहे थे. Within these events, I also did multiple startups, dropshipping startups, selling in USA, selling dropshipping from China, selling to USA and other markets. और वहाँ से जो मेरी learnings हुई, that made me believe कि e-commerce B2C is the way to go. Now thinking about the market के कौन सी पर्टिकुलर मार्केट को केटर करना है. पाकिस्तान में ई कॉमर्स में 2 ही बड़े उस वक्त जो है वो ट्रेंड्स थे, एंड करेंटली एज वेल इफ़ यू सी द डेटा, तो फैशन और ब्यूटी जो है वो टॉप 2 मार्केट्स हैं. फैशन वॉज आउट ऑफ रीच, बट ब्यूटी जो मार्केट थी दैट वॉज द बर्ड इन हैंड, क्योंकि मेरे फादर ब्यूटी सेगमेंट में भी ऑलरेडी कर रहे थे. उनके पास अदर भी प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं, वो पेट फूड है, टॉयलेटरीज है, बट ब्यूटी वॉज द कॉमन पॉइंट. सो आई पिक्ड अप ब्यूटी, और वहीं से ही बिकेम माई बिगेस्ट सप्लायर, और वहीं से हमने जो है Highfy को स्टार्ट किया. नाउ माशाल्लाह वी हैव सर्व्ड ओवर 150,000 कस्टमर्स इन लेस देन 2 years, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
That's incredible to hear, because as you know, as a customer, when you're purchasing, you don't think कि इतना बड़ा scale है, mashallah, behind the business. Um, so you have like managed this alongside your studies at LUMS, and everyone who's tuning in, the LUMS student or their family members, they know that LUMS education is no joke. We are very, very busy all throughout the year. So how did you sort of, kind of balance that with being online for COVID and then also your business?
All right. Once again, I think I've been a little bit, gifted as well. उस regard से I told you about my educational background. तो एक थोड़ा सा smart edge था हमेशा से, which I've been able to use in my academics. But once again, after Nixer, it was pretty clear to me कि सिर्फ पढ़ाई तो नहीं करनी, ठीक है, क्योंकि Nixer was again all A levels आपने अगर किया, so you would know A levels is no joke as well. So उसमें भी doing something side by side was a very big challenge. लेकिन वहाँ से जो habit build up हो गई थी, so सिर्फ पढ़ाई तो नहीं होनी थी. So now when I answering your question, there are multiple factors in that. The biggest one, one of the biggest one would be COVID, because मैंने ये start किया था in 2021, and the first semester I started in 2021 July, और जुलाई से दिसंबर वाला जो सेमेस्टर था, अगस्त टू दिसंबर वाला जो सेमेस्टर था, दैट वाज ऑनलाइन, ठीक है. सो दैट गिव मी द टाइम एट होम कि मैं इसको सेट कर सकूं. बट अगेन दिसंबर तक वो सफिशिएंट नहीं था. वंस अगेन अब ये हुआ कि दिसंबर टू मई वाला जो सेमेस्टर था, आई गेस वो हाइब्रिड था. सो आई हैड द ऑप्शन टू चूज ऑल द ऑनलाइन वाले कोर्सेज, ताकि मैं फर्दर टीम को बिल्ड और स्ट्रेंथन जो है ना वो कर सकूँ. आई थिंक मैं थोड़ा सा टाइमलाइंस में मिक्सअप जो है कर रहा हूँ. बट जो सेकंड जो सेमेस्टर था मेरा, वो ये था कि मैं थर्ड जो सेमेस्टर था, पहला ऑनलाइन था, सेकंड वाज कम्प्लीटली ऑनलाइन, एंड थर्ड वाज hybrid. So I had the option to make it completely online again. तो वो मैंने थोड़ा सा sacrifice किया, and I made it completely online. Further team building पे थोड़ा सा focus किया, a little bit on automation, on delegation, वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा focus किया, and that was a very big help to me, जो एक as a coincidence मेरे पास आई थी. Now coming to the question कि LUMS में रहते हुए, yes, now that I have a business of my own, मुझे पता था कि मुझे वही टारगेट्स अपने लिए नहीं रखने हैं GPA वाइज जो मैंने A levels में रखे थे. तो वहाँ पे थोड़ी एक्सपेक्टेशंस अपनी लो की. And once again, having my family back at home is a very big support as well, because first of all, एक तो I am very lucky कि मुझे एक बहुत अच्छी टीम मिली जिसने जो मेरे पीछे ये सारी चीज़ें, obviously I do visit home once or twice each month, and that is a challenge on its own as well, but एक टीम अच्छी मिली जो उसको मैनेज कर लेती है. And again, having family back at home who are also related to the business in some way or the other really helps.
So how, in your LUMS experience, you mentioned कि थोड़ी GPA की expectations भी थोड़ी कम की, but are there any specific courses at LUMS or instructors at LUMS, or just generally your LUMS experience that you think has taught you stuff that has also been helpful to your business?
Yeah, definitely. Highfy start तो LUMS आने से पहले ही हुआ था, but LUMS आने के बाद there has been the biggest I'd say the biggest benefit of coming to LUMS, या the biggest the point that I think यार ये सबसे बड़ा factor है, या that is something जिसमें मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा LUMS ने help किया, is the exposure, is the individuals that you see around you, because being Pakistan's #1 university, it obviously picks the top talent जो होता है. अब जो लोग मैंने यहाँ पे आके देखे, people have crazy ideas, crazy skills, crazy work ethic. तो and that was something just जो मेरा भी misconception था, because I was of the thought कि मैंने थोड़ा business में time spend किया है, मैं अपने father के office जाता था, मेरा mindset थोड़ा different होगा, but no, people here are very good at stuff. तो एक तो वो एक that is the ecosystem that LUMS obviously gave me, और मेरा mind वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा broad हुआ. Secondly, coming to courses, yeah, there have been courses which have directly helped me in understanding stuff. I'd say courses like supply chain management, which I'm taking currently. Courses like business communication, that was a very big help. Courses like organizational behavior, वो एक direct मुझे impact किया, because I am dealing with multiple sorts of people back at home and mindsets back at home. तो वो एक help किया. Entrepreneurship is a course that tells you to think in the अदर वे अराउंड जो एक ट्रेडिशनल हमें थिंकिंग दी जाती है मैनेजरियल लेवल की या कॉर्पोरेट लेवल की. सो कोर्सेज लाइक दीज हैव रियली हेल्प्ड मी.
So I think the question right now in my mind is a lot of people say that when you have a startup like yours, then a university degree kind of becomes useless, or वो आपको इतना कुछ नहीं देती. But from what I'm getting and what you're saying, it has only added to your knowledge. But what would you say to the people listening in? Is a uni degree still as important if you are still running a business like that?
See, this is a very good question. For जो uni degree है ना, this was a question that was also in my mind for the first two and a half years of my LUMS life, and this was answered by Sunil Manch for me, who came for a guest speaker session, and I asked him because he also started his own business when he was in LUMS. मैंने उनसे पूछा कि क्या सीन है ना, so वहाँ से जो मुझे आंसर मिला और जो मैंने खुद फील किया, degree at LUMS has helped me in two ways. एक तो direct way जो मैंने आपको अभी बताया, courses like supply chain and all. Indirectly also, the very basic courses as well. For example, intro to marketing, for example, courses like these give you the validation कि जो आप real world में कर रहे हो वो सही है. For example, हम marketing को लेके we have gone to very deeper levels of marketing. सही है, meta ads and Instagram ads and TikTok and XYZ, but naming that with a particular term कि वो book आपको बता रही है कि ये जो आप कर रहे हो, this is a term which is actually followed by businesses around the world, gives you the confidence कि आप सही direction में हो. So uni degree helps you in that regard, and again all the benefits of exposure and networking and public speaking, all those benefits really help you shape up as a entrepreneur, I'd say. But talking about what I'd say to people who are confused, this will be a very controversial answer because मेरा अपना भाई, he's my younger brother, he's way more smarter than me, and he is doing multiple startups of his own, and he is in A2 at the moment. He believes totally the opposite at the moment. So I'd say कि अगर आपके पास कोई crazy idea है which you think is worthwhile, ठीक है, फिर आप Zuckerbergs और Jeff Bezos को look up करें. Otherwise, I'd say कि just manage it side by side, क्योंकि 15-20 साल आपने पढ़ के you come to LUMS, you have done something in your life, और वो आपने पढ़ाई की है. अगर पढ़ाई ना की होती तो आप LUMS नहीं आए होते. Now that you have done it, so I think this is the time to start something of your own. And I see people here have very good ideas, but they are waiting for the right time. I think there is no right time. The right time is just right now. सही है. Right now I read a quote that the right time was yesterday actually, but the second best time is right now. So there is no right time, just go and start it. That would be my advice.
That's wonderful advice actually. So I think I'd like to really focus on how, as a student, and I know I asked this, it might get repetitive, but how do you then manage your business and then your student life and then your social life as well, the holy trinity? How do you manage all that, or is there something you have to compromise on sometimes?
See, the compromise is obviously there from all the three areas that you mentioned. Business life as well. Compromise वहाँ भी होता है, student life पे भी होता है, and personal life and social life as well. But it's about how you manage stuff in your head and how you plan it out. So for example, in case of business life, it all comes down to how you build your team and how you build up the systems के आपकी absence में वो किस तरह perform कर रहे हैं. Similarly with the student life as well, because you have अगर for example if you are only studying, you won't actually plan for the stuff पहले से, या you won't actually see के schedules क्या हैं. जो बहुत ज़्यादा 4.0 वाले लोग हैं वो तो obviously देखेंगे, but a person like me won't look at it before the last day. But अभी अगर मैं उसको देख रहा हूँ, so obviously there is some rationale behind it. But once again I've also felt something really interesting is that when you have too much on your plate, you tend to become better at the stuff that you are actually doing. मतलब अगर आपने सिर्फ पढ़ाई करनी है ना, तो आपके पास टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा होगा, बट आप उस पूरे टाइम में अपने शेड्यूल को स्प्रेड आउट कर लेंगे बिकॉज यू हैव नथिंग एल्स टू डू. बट व्हेन यू हैव 2 more things to do and those are full time jobs, आप उन तीनों चीज़ों में यू विल बिहेव मोर efficiently. So I think that's what has actually helped me.
You learn to like prioritize
And improvise.
Yeah, definitely. So running Highfy, I guess I'd like to ask you, what has been your like the biggest challenge so far running a business like that?
All right, so with regards to the business, उसकी nature के बारे में
just generally as well.
Look, एक तो पर्सनल एक जो challenges थे उसके बारे में हमने बात कर ली. Me being not being there physically has been a challenge. दूसरा obviously पढ़ाई के साथ manage करना is a challenge. आप उसको जितना भी manage कर लें, but considering the nature of the business, we are in an e-commerce space, और e-commerce के बारे में the market is very immature at the moment as well. तो वो एक बहुत बड़ा challenge था. You have to deal with multiple stakeholders. अब उसमें you have dependencies. You have dependencies on couriers, for example, on suppliers, for example. So वो dependencies काफ़ी उनको manage करना, and considering कि उनके operations do affect how customers like you perceive us. So for example, अगर courier ने कोई parcel अगर आपका delay कर दिया, you don't know the courier, Highfy. So वो एक dependencies को manage करना has been a challenge. दूसरा I'd say economy जो situation है, because we are known for imported goods and imported cosmetics. तो उसमें obviously the exchange rate fluctuations, the depreciation of Pakistani rupee, and again economy on its own, वो एक बहुत बड़ा challenge है.
The import bans as well.
Yes, obviously.
Has that affected you?
Yes, obviously. In the past, I think 5 to 6 months, we have seen 40 to 50% of price hikes, and obviously that also affects the purchasing power of the customer. So we have to think accordingly, कि how to strategize कौन से products पे अब काम करना है. हम भी अब देख रहे हैं कि अब थोड़े low value products पे हम अपना focus रखें, and अपने margins को shrink करें, but because the space we are in is a very luxury sort of a space. We are not in the necessity space. तो वहाँ पे हमें सोचना पड़ता है. And again, obviously, उससे जो exchange rate और economy से जो भी factors affect होते हैं, because all our marketing is, for example, in USD and is international marketing. Meta is not a Pakistani company. TikTok is not a Pakistani company. So all those expenditures, they get affected. The supplies of the products, they get affected. So yeah, tough times.
Do you see, what kind of future do you see, like keeping all this in mind and the current state of the economy? What kind of future do you see for Pakistan in general and your business specifically? What kind of challenges do you perceive will happen, or what kind of are you like strategizing for?
See, for Pakistan, I think I'm not very mature to say at the moment, because when I also read, I see very mixed opinions at the moment. Some say कि ठीक है, नहीं है, trend का part है. Overall जो GDP trend है, that has been going up in the past 20-25 years, और ये सही हो जाएगा. But on the other hand, you see all the pessimistic views as well. So I don't think I'm the right person to comment on it. But with regards to my business, I think the right approach would be at the moment to build a portfolio of everything. I'd say to diversify in the products, diversify in what we offer, diversify in terms of the marketing channels, in terms of all the stakeholders that are affecting our business. So that has been the approach. We are looking into new categories. We are looking into private label as well. So this has been the approach, and inshallah in the coming 1-2 years we'll explore more avenues.
What would you say to someone like the students tuning in, if you've given some really great advice, start today, start right now, but for someone like just starting up, if they have ideas, how can they tell that this is a good idea, and if this will go far, what areas should they look at in like the very beginning of their research?
I think if you have an idea, I think the biggest advice would be that if you have an idea, the right way to learn is to do it. Okay. That will be the fundamental advice, because no amount of Excel sheets and spreadsheets and business plans and marketing plans will tell you the viability and the feasibility of the idea. But once again, and also I think 40 to 50% students that we have at LUMS belong to some family businesses. You have that bird in hand, you have that opportunity that you can use and take it to your advantage. तो उसको यूज़ करें first of all. दूसरा ये कि हाँ ये डिले ना करें, and obviously अगर आपके पास idea है and you are confused, just go and talk to people. Talk to me. I'm available. Like जितना मैं जानता हूँ उतना बताऊँगा, जितना लोगों को जानता हूँ उनसे लिंक अप करा दूँगा. People who are in the field, people you look up to, वो करें and then obviously start it out.
That's wonderful advice. I think the final question would be so you've mentioned for Highfy you're looking into diversifying products and also private labels, but what is the big goal for you for Highfy for the future? What do you see like the dream goal for it?
See, there is no one goal at the moment, to be very honest, because given the situation we are in, the challenges I talked to you about, जो अभी चल रहा है फास्ट 6 months to 1 year, जो अभी का गोल है that is sustainability. ठीक है, because we are seeing our competitors, people in the field from 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, they are even they are struggling at the moment. So the primary goal right now is sustainability. We are trying to be in that race for as long as possible and be in there sustainably and profitably. Once that is achieved and once we see a clear direction in front of us, उसके बाद there can be multiple goals. उसके बाद we can specialize in terms of tech. ठीक है, हम अपना टेक को इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग बना लें कि हम एक मेजर जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको सॉल्व कर रहे हो. वी कैन इवन जंप इनटू अदर फील्ड्स. वी कैन बी अ मार्केट प्लेस जो कि ब्यूटी पे फोकस्ड हो या दूसरे डाइवर्सिटी में भी जो है वो पिच इन कर रही हो. और एक प्लेयर है जिसको हम काफ़ी फॉलो करते हैं, दैट इज़ नायका इन इंडिया. Most of the people in Pakistan don't know about it, but that they are a player who we really look up to. So there are multiple options, but what has the past 6 to 8 months of economic crisis has done is कि हमें उन सारे long term goals को साइड पे रखना पड़ गया, because अभी जो matter at hand है उसको sort करना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है to be in that business sustainably and profitably. And once you pass that, obviously उसके बाद आपके पास सारे options हैं.
Thank you so much, Hanzala. This has been a really, really interesting interview. I think thank you for taking the time out to join us here at Radio LUMS. With that, we come to an end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Khadija Tahir, and you're listening to the LUMS Report.